Hello, welcome to another game that I'm going to be casting. Starting off for the blue team, we have Tex playing as the Imperial Guard Inquisitor, and on the red team, the other side of the map, we have PhatE playing as the Warp Spider Exarch. It's going to be a 1v1, the map will be Caldera's Refinery. And so far we see Tex going for a double guardsman and a sentinel, could follow up with a third guardsman squad. Meanwhile PhatE still only on 2 Dire Avengers. Doesn't seem to be building a third Dire Avenger, which we do sometimes see against IG. The amount of range firepower from the Water Spider himself along with triple Dire Avengers can be quite overwhelming very early game. It can be very difficult for your Sentinel to try and bleed Dire Avenger models when it's taking so much damage from all 3 squads including the commander. But we'll see PhatE actually putting down 2 very early generators here. Going to spend that requisition on generators instead of more Dire Avengers. Do you see the Hammer of the Witches going off into the Warp Spider? He actually teleports away, but it still actually gets hit by it. Does manage to get behind some green cover beforehand, however, so the Inquisitor is going to have a hard time actually being able to chase him around the map. Should see him teleport away once again. Does get specialed right there though. And he teleports away once again. We do have the Sentinel trying to push forward against these double Dire Avengers. They have a nice amount of green cover around here, these pipes, and there's also a wall as well, providing green cover. Sentinel have a hard time actually picking off a single model from that squad, or any squad. Do you see a very early Guardian Weapons team coming out as well for PhatE, still currently building. Tex opting for a double Sentinel build by the looks of things as well. Let's see if the double Sentinels are going to be able to get around the Guardian Weapons team, if the Guardian Weapons team is going to be followed up by another one, or some other unit as well. Sentinel trying to poke down one of these squads here. Squad is getting quite low, nearly half health as well. One model does go down, that model was not behind any kind of cover at all, so it does get picked off by the Sentinel. We do have some Dire Avenger actually pushing forward. Going behind some green cover, the other Dire Avengers are staying back, not actually firing on anything right now. The second Sentinel is out on the field. So I have this Inquisitor going around, but she will get away though. Guardian Weapons team coming in to support that Warp Spider Exarch, so they do what she needs to get out of there. She's not going to be able to win the fight against suppression alone. Second Sentinel coming into the picture right now. These double Dire Avengers do need to be careful. They are picking away some Guardsman models, but Guardsman models are a lot cheaper than Dire Avenger models, so we'll need to be careful. Now the Sergeant coming in on those Guardsmen, they will be repairing, they will be reinforcing 2 at a time. We have the Sentinel coming around for a flank. Looks like he's going to bait out a stomp. Neither Sentinel actually does have stomp, or maybe he's trying to go around to actually flank behind the cover. But that seems to have meant that Sentinel has taken even more damage than it needed to. Now getting repaired up by some Guardsmen. The Guardian Weapons team is coming in. We do have some Guardsmen coming in from behind as well. Double Sentinel moving in onto these Dire Avengers, and the Guardian Weapons team will need to get away. That will see the Guardsmen meleeing them though. They have Rangers out on the field as well now for PhatE. Rangers are quite good against Sentinels. Well, they are able to do quite a lot of damage to Sentinels, as you can see. They seem to do full damage to Sentinels. But Sentinels are, they do have detection and are quite good actually at picking off the Ranger models if they get close enough. Or if they're allowed, since Rangers only have 150 health per model, especially with the double Sentinel. Could see a model go down here, but they actually managed to get themselves stealthed up again and will retreat away to prevent any further damage. We do have another Guardian Weapons team as well to follow up that army. We have the Warp Spider, because we're going to go down here to the Inquisitor in mid. Inquisitor does have the crossbow pistol as well, allowing her to snare people into place with her ability. We do have the Guardian Weapons team saying that, both of them saying up in fact, actually trying to focus down that one Sentinel along with the Dire Avengers, taking a lot of damage. We need to get away from there. 130 HP. You can see PhatE in the chat saying that he did not actually hear his Warp Spider hear him getting attacked basically. Sometimes that happens in the game. Just have the Warp Spider laying dead in the middle for now anyway. 500 VPs to 460. Inquisitor will get forced away here by these double Guardian Weapons teams just setting up right in front of her face. We have the IG Heavy Weapons team as well here for Tex on the left hand side, going for that contested power. Double Sentinel pushing forward. These Dire Avengers do have their Exarch as well leading them. So in tier 2 they will have the ability to take less range damage as well. We'll get behind some heavy cover. We do have another Exarch coming in as well. Sentinels do need to be careful. Both of them are quite low. One Sentinel's even out the fight as well completely because it's so low. Dire Avenger should be able to push on forward. Guardsmen are going to retreat away. Sentinel's going to go back to base as well now, I'd imagine. Heavy weapons team on the side seems to actually be getting beaten right now by the Guardian weapons team. Doesn't seem to be able to fire back. Guardian weapons team now suppressed. Heavy weapons team still suppressed. And Guardian's team will be able to get the next shot off, resuppressing that IG heavy weapons team, so they will retreat away from there. The other Guardian weapons team coming in to support this team while it goes and captures the power. Imagine it might go for the requisition instead, but the Inquisitor's coming in. Don't know if he sees us just yet. Crossbow pistol doing some decent range damage. When you do get the ranged upgrades onto the Inquisitor, you still keep the amount of melee damage that you have as standard. But at the same time you also get that increased range damage as well. Do you see one of the models trying to get stunned here, or trying to get picked off by the Hammer of the Witches, but unfortunately Tex has targeted the wrong model. All the models are on enough health to survive that 100 piercing damage that it does. Double Sentinel nearly fully repaired, still both on kind of medium health, 504 health and 446. Do you see that Tex is going to be the first one going to tier 2 as well. This Guardian weapons team does need to be careful. One model will go down, one that did get stunned earlier will now go down. The second Guardian weapons team is coming in and it will set up here. I don't think either Sentinel, no, neither Sentinel having stomped just yet. Dire Avenger is actually going in for a generator bash here. One generator does go down. Rangers are able to see that the army of Tex here is moving in. One Sentinel tries to go in, but it goes in a bit too early. Second Sentinel coming in, these Dire Avengers look behind any kind of cover. Kinetic Pulse into the Guardsman, trying to repair the Sentinel. Sentinel will go down. That's it. Dire Avengers or a Ranger shot wasn't quite clear there. This second Sentinel does need to be a bit careful though. It's on 280 HP. Rangers on the field. I don't think these Guardsmen are going to be able to out-repair the damage that's going to be coming in here. But the Rangers are actually trying to focus down these Guardsmen instead of the Sentinel trying to get the suppression. They do have the Pathfinder War Gear, so their shots do extra courage damage. 75 courage damage over the standard 25, and we have the Inquisitor forcing away a Guardian weapons team here. Kinetic Pulse should still be on cooldown though. The Inquisitor might go after these Rangers next, and meanwhile the Power Bash continues with these Dire Avengers. Sentinel comes in for a little poke but backs away, realizing it does not have enough health. In fact, the Inquisitor is actually going for the victory point instead of the Rangers that are still on the field. Dire Avengers are actually making their way mid now. Do you see a decap? We do see it walks by the Exarch was repurchased as well, and Tex might have also seen that as well, although even if he looks back mid he can see that the corpse is no longer there, so must have been repurchased. Rangers resetting up. The Inquisitor does need to be careful here. We'll retreat away before taking any more damage from that shot. We do have Stormtroopers with the Assault Kit, going to be the first purchase for Tex in tier 2. Another model does go down here on these Rangers. Rangers do need to be careful of these Stormtroopers. They do have quite a bit of burst and quite a bit of range as well, especially with that Assault Kit. Do have another heavy weapons team coming out for Tex as well. Stormtroopers cloaking in here. This Guardian weapons team does need to be careful. Warps by the Exarch going to come in here and force some melee onto these Stormtroopers. Does get a special there, knocking 4 or 5 models down to the ground. Did see a grenade try and get thrown by these Stormtroopers earlier, but it looks like the grenade was cancelled for a move command by Tex. Double Guardian weapons teams coming in here. The Warp Spider himself getting quite low. We'll need to warp behind some green cover there. Stormtroopers trying to recloak, but their grenade does cost 60 energy, so they won't have much time to cloak. These Dire Avengers are both with their Exarchs and both detect stealth as well, although it's a short range in comparison to the Ranger's detection range, so these Stormtroopers will still need to be careful. They don't have enough energy for a grenade anymore. Also cannon heavy weapons team coming in here. The damage that is doing to these Dire Avengers. This Dire Avenger squad needs to go back to base and heal up. It's only on 80 HP, surviving with only one model and the Exarch as well. IG heavy weapons team, once it starts firing, it can keep firing even though your units actually get out of range of it. Inquisitor coming in now, starting with that crossbow pistol. We'll go in for a Hammer of the Witches onto that Guardian weapons team. The also cannon doing quite a bit of damage again as well. Also cannons do outrange suppression teams unless these suppression teams do have crack shot on them. Another autocannon weapons team coming in, but it's actually getting interrupted by the warps by the Exarch. But this autocannon is set up right now. We do have Stormtroopers coming in here from the side, trying to do what he can. This one Dire Avenger squad is on 40 HP, very low. Could see a retreat grenade come in, or just a grenade in general. We have a grenade, but I'm not actually sure where that ended up, but it did miss. However, I do have a Falcon coming out though for PhatE right now. Sentinel could get upgrade to the missile launcher as well to take care of this Falcon. Double also cannons as well will also do quite a good job against the Falcon, given that it's only on 500 HP. Currently only at level 1, so you can level up for some extra health. Or wait till tier 3 anyway and get the energy shield as well. The energy shield makes it incredibly tanky, in fact. But I don't think we'll see tier 3 for a little while. 423 to 418, VP is actually very close. This mid VP has been neutral for quite some time, and the natural VPs have been somewhat untouched, so quite odd to see both players still on 400 plus VPs at this point in the game. Falcon looks like it's trying to go around to the side. We have Ogrins coming out for Tex as well. Seen Tex play Lord Commissar a bit recently and seen him go around executing his Ogrins for those buffs, but no buffs since it's the Inquisitor. Could see the Interrogator's armor if he decides he wants to actually stealth these Ogrins up. Warp Spider does need to be careful, because I know 100 HP will actually die before he's able to make it to that auto cannon squad. Some guardsmen will go down completely. They did have a sergeant leading them, but that sergeant has gone down as the last model. But Dire Avenger is trying to just walk up to this auto cannon heavy weapons team. Might even lose a Dire Avenger squad for this. No grenades actually getting thrown. Ogrins getting some rear armor hits onto this Falcon. Stormtroopers still in this fight as well. Guardian weapons team setting up. Grenade going down onto the Ogrin squad. Very nicely done. Also suppressing the Ogrins as well with the Guardian weapons team there. Making sure that grenade actually hit. Suppression and the grenade timed very nicely. Sentinel still no missile launcher upgrade. Still keeping that standard blast weapon there. Stormtroopers could throw a grenade onto this Guardian weapons team right here. They are getting detected right now. Managed to avoid suppression. Very nice grenade. Actually takes down one model there, but they do need to get out of there now. Sentinel will go down. And it looks like mid will go towards PhatE for now. Tex is going to start moving out of his base. The double auto cannon's going to start making their way back towards mid. Have a Stormtrooper squad calling as well. The Inquisitor's shouting. Okay, she was over here, actually getting a decap onto PhatE's natural requisition point, or one of his natural requisition points. Very annoying indeed. No Dire Avengers close to this Falcon just yet, so this Falcon has to sit on 300 HP for now. Here comes some Dire Avengers for some repairs, much needed onto this Falcon. They did lose their Exarch. Well, no, they're purchasing their Exarch right now. Still got the detection icon though above them, even without their Exarch though. You see some shields going down since this one Dire Avenger squad does have the aspects of the Avenger. The double auto cannons trying to set up. They are both suppressed, but the auto cannons are still able to get a salvo down. But that energy shield blocking a lot of the damage. The crack shot even getting used onto this Guardian weapons team as well. Shield now down. Auto cannon starting to tear it down a little bit. But the Guardian weapons team will still survive. Ogrins coming in as well now. And the Ogrins will also need to leave the fight at the same time. Too much suppression, too much range damage coming in here. These energy shields are a pain. We have the double Stormtroopers, both with the assault kit as well. Rangers actually getting out of there, nearly losing the model there. Interesting to see that he went for double Stormtroopers. They actually call in the second Stormtroopers for a call-in as well. One of the Inquisitor's abilities. Makes the cost 250 requisition instead of 400 at the cost of some red as well. Falcon looks like it's trying to scout out these double Stormtroopers. Neither Stormtrooper squad has enough energy for a grenade right now. But we'll try and fire away at these Dire Avengers. Inquisitor coming in as well. That Guardian weapons team is not set up in position to deal with her. But the Falcon and double Dire Avengers are coming in. We do see the crossbolt pistol using her ability to actually snare these Dire Avengers in place while the Stormtroopers come in, although they just get inside the Falcon anyway just then to protect themselves. Double auto cannons coming into mid. We have the Flamer Guardsmen off to the left hand side. I don't know if PhatE knows about these Guardsmen, but we could see a generator or two go down. And do you see PhatE is actually going to go tier 3 as well. And he actually has the Falcon energy shield upgrade queued in as well. Going to make it very annoying to deal with this Falcon. The autocannons will struggle against the Falcon with the energy shield or the energy field. Just because the Falcon will be able to get in and get out a bit more easily. Gives it a lot more breathing room when it comes to trying to do some damage in those fights. Flame Guardsman able to take down one generator, might be able to take down a power node. Falcon coming in, Dire Avengers following shortly behind as well. They should retreat after getting this node. In fact, they retreat slightly early. They are taking quite a bit of damage, so could see a retreat grenade though. One of these Dire Avenger squads does have the aspect of the Avenger. No grenade going down, however. Looks like he might be saving it for the incoming Ogrins as well. Energy shield now activated as well. Single salvo actually from the autocannon, able to do 40 energy damage to it. I'm quite surprised. Thought it would do slightly less damage to it. Okay, the Falcon now running out of energy. Will need to back away until its energy actually recharges, or it's recharging at a pretty decent rate. So that shield will be back and ready for the next fight. Double Stormtroopers coming back in. We have the Inquisitor going in for that mid VP as well. And looks like PhatE's just going to sit back a little bit. He has gone tier 3, has repurchased that Warp Spider as well. Still no upgrades on him though. And so far the only tier 3 thing that I've seen is the energy shield onto this Falcon. We actually have another autocannon or heavy weapons team coming in for Tex. Could be another autocannon squad as well. Double Stormtroopers off to the right hand side, stealthing in. Gonna go after the double requisition points for PhatE. If they get decaps on those, it's gonna be very annoying. But the Inquisitor going for the VP with the Inquisitorial Mandate as well, granting invulnerability. Buying some time for these Stormtroopers. PhatE realizes that this Inquisitor is invulnerable. So he's going after these Stormtroopers instead, who are actually able to get a decap, and that decap will hurt more than a single model loss. Right there. Flame Guardsman meeting some Rangers and the Warp Spider as well. Warp Spider doing quite a bit of damage in melee there. Swinging around, Ogrins coming in, Guardsman do need to retreat away. Inquisitor does go down and retreat, she was a bit ballsy there. Stormtroopers actually going to be able to get a full-on cap onto this requisition point. Falcon walking into the double autocannon weapons team, does need to turn that shield on immediately. Does take quite a bit of hull damage before turning on that energy shield. We have a grenade going down to these Stormtroopers, plasma grenade from the Dire Avengers. Stormtroopers will get out there with 2 models, might lose another model in retreat, but I don't think they will. Ogrins onto the left hand side, we're able to force off the Warp Spider, force off the Rangers, only to be met by a Guardian weapons team onto the left hand side here. Falcon does need to get repaired up by these double Dire Avengers, still no tier 3 units purchased from PhatE just yet. Looks like he is saving up for something, could be a Fire Prism, could be something else, a Seer Council. Although I thought a Fire Prism, possibly. But the having to reinforce stuff as well at the same time seems to be kind of into his economy. We do actually see the phase armor coming in though for the Warp Spider. We have an edge for now. Giving him the phase shift ability, which freezes units around him, making them invulnerable. We could see a phase shift into an Eldritch actually. Does have 491 red, so it's a possibility. Autocannon's trying to do what it can. Dire Avengers coming around. Grenade going down, heavy weapons team almost retreating into that. The grenade was slightly too early by the looks of things. Falcon actually trying to sit next to the autocannon weapons team so that he can't actually fire at it. The Ogren's coming in to chase it away now. But it looks like it's still outside the cone though, of that autocannon squad. So Ogren's going to try and chase it down with the rear armor hits, but with that energy shield should be fine. Guardian weapons team also setting up right in front of the face of these Ogrins. And looks like Ogrins aren't able to actually do much about it. They're trying to go after the Guardian weapons team and they should be able to actually get them. One model going down, however. Should be able to do some decent damage. Should be able to take a model, I'd hope, from this squad. Hammer of the Witch is going down. Does take away one model there. Warp Spider coming in with the phase shift ability now. And the Falcon's trying to fire, but Falcon obviously doing no damage since phase shift does make things invulnerable. And do see the Warp Spider teleport away back to that Falcon. Energy shield still turned on. I think he needs to turn it off so he can actually start regenerating some energy here. Inquisitorial Mandate on the Inquisitor though, she is invulnerable right now. She is after that Warp Spider. Warp Spider not having any of it, actually retreating back to base however. Ogren's quite low here. Half health, 3 models. We'll go after that power node. Just to be really annoying. Going to go after the generator now. I think he needs to back away. Don't think he can get a generator here without losing too many models, and he does actually start retreating away. These double stormtroopers being so annoying though. Onto this right hand side, and here comes the fire prism as well. Double stormtroopers pretending that they're Melter stormtroopers. Looks like they're coming in for this fire prism, but they're actually going to go in for this requisition point, just waiting for the fire prism to escape by the looks of things, although they are detected by the rangers. That one fire prism shot actually taking or knocking down both these stormtrooper squads at the same time. Falcon under fire from the double autocannon setup teams. This other third guardian or third heavy weapons team seems to just be a standard heavy weapons team for now. Actually, these Dire Avengers walking right into the face of them though. Exarch actually goes down as the first model. Very unlucky there for PhatE. You see 2 grenades go down, both onto the heavy weapons teams. Both will live, however. Hellfury strike coming in onto the center VP. Dire Avengers look like they'll just be able to tank it, although they're taking quite a bit of damage over time here. You go in for the cap. They are reinforcing from the Falcon, so he's gonna just go in for the cap and just gonna tank this up. 310 VPs though to 170. Tech's currently in the lead, still tier 2 though. Meanwhile, PhatE is tier 3, does have that fire prism out on the field now. I wonder how Tex is going to deal with it. Another upgrade coming in onto the Inquisitor. We do see the Inferno pistol. We also see the Interrogator's armor as well, which means we could see some stealthed Ogrins onto the field. However, Rangers still on the field, so they should be able to detect them if they're near the fight. You see the decap on spawn Tex's natural requisition points. Tex knowing what it feels like after doing it so many times to PhatE throughout this game. Autocannon heavy weapons team trying to set up here. Fire prism knocking them down. We need to see the refractor shields onto this second autocannon weapons team as well. Inquisitor coming in here. We do have silently getting used somewhere. Not sure where though. Did hear the voice line for it. The fire prism does need to be careful. If Judge was to get used on this fire prism actually goes down though to a rear armor hit from this Inquisitor. That one shot will be enough. Doesn't even need to judge it. Just walks up and takes it down. That is quite a big loss here for PhatE. Ogrins coming in as well. This Falcon's still very tanky though with the shield. Double autocannons trying to fire away at it. Plasma grenade going down to an Ogren squad. Another plasma grenade is still up. Look at the damage that this Falcon's taking. It will go down to the double autocannon weapons teams. Currently nothing is interrupting them. They both have their refractor shields, so the kinetic pulse is not going to work. The grenades are not going to work. But the autocannon heavy weapons teams are taking quite a bit of damage. We'll need to leave the fight. They've done quite a bit of work, however, in taking down a Falcon and just taking down Dire Avenger models. This heavy weapons team does need to be careful. Plasma grenade right on top of the squad. Brings it down to only a single model now. Didn't see any phase shift getting used in that fight, however. Another fire prism is on the way. Still looking for this phase shift into Eldritch. Inquisitor and Stormtroopers stealthed here. The Warp Spider needs to be careful. Only on 280 HP. And he will just get melted down right there by the stealthed army of Tex. Stormtroopers doing quite a lot of burst in this Inquisitor's melter pistol just to add insult to injury right here. But PhatE still in control of this mid. Even though he did lose his Falcon and Fire Prism, he is still in control of the mid. Meaning Tex's VPs are slowly going down. Do you see the Inquisitor trying to stealth herself once again? Well, it looked like she was trying to stealth her once again. Some energy did go down somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure on what day she goes there. She's back invisible again, so it was that silently ability. You can actually see the Fire Prism cancelled in favour of another Falcon for PhatE right now. Ogre and stealthed here as well. The cooldown on the silently ability is like 1 second or less than a second, so you can actually use it on your entire army if you have enough energy for it. But I imagine Tex does want to save some energy for that Inquisitorial Mandate or the Judge ability from the Inferno pistol. Rangers setting up, taking a shot onto that autocannon weapons team. Looks like he's going to try and take down this energy shield. Stormtroopers coming in from the flank on the left. Phase shift actually getting used onto them. Rangers are protected right now from any kind of damage. Judge getting used onto that Guardian weapons team. Oberyn's coming in for a flank. In fact, You see the Eldritch right on top of those Stormtroopers, just insta-gibbing them, and the Warp Spider, he could get out of here as well. He's quite low, 40 HP, will retreat away. We have another Stormtrooper calling as well. Warp Spider does go down, but his death is definitely worth it, taking down 2 Assault Kit Stormtroopers. With an Eldritch as well. Very nice work there. Ogre is trying to come in, grenade going to get thrown onto the feet of them. He actually will dodge them. Very nicely done here. But we do see when they actually get special rounds, these Dire Avengers will lose a few models before retreating away. In fact, the Exarch is in trouble here if they're able to tie him up in melee once again. Falcon and Guardian Weapons team trying to do what it can against these Ogrins. Ogrins will need to leave. You see the Dire Avengers actually meleeing the Stormtroopers. Looks like he's trying to hope for a special to kick them off. Stormtroopers will retreat away. They're taking quite a bit of damage, but should be able to get out of here just fine, however. Stormtroopers were called in through the Inquisitor's ability once again. Straight after the other 2 actually got killed, in fact. Called in into this area right there. Do you see that Tex is now set up mid with the double autocannons? This energy shield's still up, so you could see PhatE actually put a Guardian Weapons team behind it once again, just to be really annoying. And to help protect it. In fact, he's actually moving the Guardian Weapons team down. We do see another energy shield going down. Looks like this Guardian Weapons team is... Okay, there we go. Going behind that energy shield. Rangers coming in as well. This double autocannon heavy weapons team does need to be a bit careful. Shield will go down. Did actually protect that Guardian Weapons team for a little bit, however. We have the 3rd heavy weapons team with its actual suppression. Heavy bolter coming in here to try and slow down these Dire Avengers. Grenade will get thrown onto this Guardian Weapons, or Heavy Weapons team, sorry. But will be dodged for the most part. And now this Heavy Weapons team will need to retreat away since it doesn't have anything to answer this Falcon with. Inquisitor, I'm not sure where she is. She's actually onto this VP over here. Going in for a decap. Ogren is here, but they can't really do too much against this Falcon. With its energy shield, Falcon will just kite around. Ranger's still stealthed in here. Ogren's actually just going to jump onto these Dire Avengers. Could go after these Rangers if he's able to detect them as well. Rangers actually... Another phase shift going down. But this Dire Avenger squad is also phase shifted, so no grenade onto them. Looks like they were only barely caught out by that phase shift as well. Warp Spider does need to be careful, does retreat away. Rangers are the next target. Down to 1 model, will get away. Now the Dire Avengers are the another target. Is that a Bane Wolf coming in? It is a Bane Wolf indeed. 179 to 53 VPs. The Bane Wolf coming in. Going to be very annoying for this Falcon, since Falcon does have some soft AV damage, but doesn't have a lot of AV damage. And the Bane Wolf has some alright health actually, 700 health to begin with. Does actually stop PhatE from being able to cap that VP. Currently a 1-0 cap, about to be a 2-0 cap. This Bane Wolf can't do any more to actually prevent the Warp Spider from capping. Falcon doing too much damage to it. Going to retreat away to these double auto cannons. There's actually no guardsman on the field to repair this Bane Wolf right now, so he's going to have to use his heavy weapons teams to repair. I'm not sure if they need to unset up to repair or not. But currently he's not actually repairing it. Stormtroopers coming in, detected by Rangers, however. Rangers' detection range is quite large. Stormtroopers trying to just ignore everything and go in. Phase shift getting used on them once again. Eldritch going down onto these heavy weapons teams. Ooh. One of the heavy weapons teams barely surviving there. But the VPs were ticking down with the 2-1 cap against PhatE. And Tex will take victory.